Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome to the match review of Athletic Club 1, Barcelona 1. It ends in a draw there for Barcelona. I think overall with the way the game went, we have to take that point, but the performance as a whole, it wasn't exactly great, and certainly in today's match preview, we are going to have a lot to talk about. I'm sure you guys are going to have a lot to say in the comments down below, so as ever, feel free to leave your thoughts. We've got a lot to discuss, so let's get started. And of course, let's start with Ronald Koeman's team selection. It was exactly as expected, the exact same lineup that started against Real Sociedad last Sunday, but the performance was absolutely nothing like that one against Real. It was absolutely shocking here tonight, you've got to say, in that first half. Some notes to make in the lineup. Gerard Piqué went off injured quite early on. Well, midway through the first half, should we say, 30th minute or so, 35th, and Ronald Araujo came on. So we actually got to see the Araujo and Eric Garcia partnership. But other than that, guys, the defence, the midfield, even the attack, even Neto in goal, none of it was working for Barcelona. Let's just kick-start with that match action, guys, because the first half, it wasn't good. It was really, really bad from Barcelona. It was an absolutely dreadful watch, actually, if we're being honest with ourselves. You could actually see, right from the first minute, within about 30 seconds, Barcelona had conceded a corner, and then another corner, and then another corner, and then Athletic were building chances, and we just weren't keeping any of the ball. We were giving it away, we were throwing the ball long, Neto kept on giving it away from goal kicks, we weren't playing out the back, there was no rhythm in our game, there was no connection between the midfield and the attack, between the defence and the midfield. It was shocking. It was really, really hard to watch, guys. And you saw in the opening 10-15 minutes, it was chance after chance for Athletic. They could have taken the lead. We were slow to every single ball. Sunset had the most notable chance. He hit the crossbar, and in and amongst that, Martin Braithwaite missed an absolute sitter, which should have put Barcelona 1-0 up, undeservedly. But overall, like I say, guys, certainly in that first half, but definitely at the start of that first half, it was all Athletic. They absolutely ran all over us, guys. You've got to say, that is not good. From Barcelona's point of view, we don't want to be seeing this. We don't want to be coming into games and just caving in and just being absolutely ran over. And this performance today, it wasn't good. I think in terms of things to point out, you've got to say, first of all, fair play to Athletic in that first half. They were very, very good. They came out. They had their home fans back. It was actually Marcelino's first game as manager with fans behind him. We had that with Koeman. It went really well. And for Athletic here, you know, you could tell they were there. They have their 12th man behind them, and they were playing well. Give credit to them. They were pressing high. They were suffocating Barcelona. As I said, they had all the chances. They had countless corners, you know, huge corner figures, which we, as we saw, guys, in the second half, were clearly struggling to deal with. But as I say, all half long, you know, it was just shocking from back to front. Neto, it looked so shaky in between the sticks. He kept on giving it away in big areas. De Jong came in with a sliding challenge, and De Jong there, throughout the game, was one of our only impressive players, but Busquets was giving it away. Pedri again looked a little bit tired. Braithwaite had absolutely no precision in his play today. Griezmann was essentially invisible throughout the entire 90 minutes. Memphis Depay, he got in and amongst the game here and there. In the end, he was the big man for us who got the goal in the second half. But in that first half, you know, he, like a lot of the players, didn't really have much going for him. Alban Dest also looked pretty sleepy on the flanks. Piqué went off injured. Araujo came on. I thought Araujo overall had a good game for Barcelona. He blocked it off the line at the end of the half. He probably could and should have had a goal there, the bicycle kick that went into the corner. And I suppose we should probably just talk about that chance now for Barcelona, which was one of our only meaningful moments in the first half, actually attackingly, that chance for Araujo, because it was about that right at the end of the half, guys, and as I've said countless times now, we were being ran over. We were really, really poor tactically. There was nothing going for Barcelona, but we should have been 1-0 up. If we're being honest with ourselves, we should have gone in at 1-0 up there in terms of the way that, well, Araujo here, he has a chance and he scores it. The ball is lofted in there by De Jong, I believe. Braithwaite wins the header at the back post. It comes into Eric Garcia, the goalkeeper. Aguirre Zabala comes out. He palms at it. It comes to Araujo, who bicycle kicks it in off the post, and Barcelona look as if they've snatched the goal right before half-time. But the referee, Martinez Monuera, brings it back there to a foul from Martin Braithwaite on Balenciaga. In my opinion, not a foul, should have been a goal, and we know we are indeed well and truly back, guys, when La Liga referees are turning against Barcelona. So we are expecting that, and I think that decision there, it wasn't good enough. And despite the fact that, look, I've said it all the time, you know, all 5 minutes of this preview so far, I've rambled on about how bad we were, but with that goal, it should have stood. And heading into that second half, I think, look, overall the second half was better from Barcelona. When we made subs, when Athletic started to tire, it was much better. But you look at the start of that first half, guys, it was just more of the same nonsense from Barcelona. Clearly, we did not have a good team talk in there at all. One long ball there from Inigo Martinez, 20 seconds into the second half. Eric Garcia there, who had a really tough night overall, actually. I thought Eric Garcia up against Iñaki Williams. We said that in the preview, and boy did it prove true. You know, that was a real test from Eric, who, as we'll get onto later, did end up getting sent off there. But it was Iñaki Williams who gets in here. Neto again, who had a very odd game. You know, he was a little bit slow off his line. Eventually makes a good save. But then it actually comes back to Berenguer, who places a good shot into the goal. And it's Araujo there who gets back on the goal line with some absolute heroics to clear it out. And that basically, I felt, just said it all for Barcelona. We were an absolute mess all game long. You know, everything Athletic tried was coming off. They were pressing high. And even though they were leaving spaces in behind, we didn't exploit them. And Athletic's goal, guys, it came from one of their several corners. I believe the corner they had, actually, it was their 11th corner of the game by the time they got the goal. It's Inigo Martinez who gets it. Really good ball in from the right-hand side. I think it was Mornain who took the corner. It's Inigo Martinez there who gets to the ball first. He's very strong from set pieces. We all know this. I remember he scored a really good goal against Atletico last year, actually, in and amongst that crazy title race. But Eric Garcia here loses his marker. It is Eric's man. He does get a little bit blocked there by Vivian on the way through. But, you know, needless to say, Eric, he's not the strongest in the air. Inigo gets there first, he powers into the corner, it's a great glancing header, and Athletic, you got to say, they got a deserved lead. Despite the fact that Braithwaite missed a sitter, despite the fact that, like we say, Barcelona shouldn't have had that Araujo goal ruled out, you look at the first half, you look at the way we were playing, and you look at the way Athletic were playing, that was a more than deserved goal for them. And actually, for the next 20 minutes or so, nothing much changed. Look, Athletic didn't have as many chances. Sancet had a good shot saved by Neto. Other than that, though, the game kind of got a little bit dull. You know, it started to simmer just a little bit. Athletic weren't as pungent in attack on us. You know, we were a little more solidified in defence. I felt we weren't giving away the ball as much. We had a little more control, which you would expect from an Athletic side who've gone 1-0 up. Some changes were made from Ronald Koeman. We had Demir come on there for Martin Braithwaite. We had Sergio Roberto come on for Pedri. I think Pedri, clearly, guys, he needs this holiday. From now on, we won't be seeing Pedri for a while. He'll be coming back after the international break, so he should have, if he misses the international break, you know, at least a 2-week holiday now, which is nice for him, just to disconnect a little bit and just recharge his batteries. That's going to be imperative for us this season. If we are getting Pedri and Ansu Fati back after the international break, then that's great. But for Barcelona, guys, like I say, after the goal from Athletic, things start to quieten down a little bit, and then the tide started to turn. I did feel there was just a point in the game where Athletic were just tiring, and Barcelona started to play their football. Finally, after what in my opinion was a dreadful performance from Barca, we started to get some control. We were probing Athletic, Depay was getting on the ball a lot, Griezmann had a bit more involvement. I thought Sergio Roberto made a real difference, actually. We saw he got the assist for the Depay goal, which we'll get onto in a moment. But I think De Jong is the guy I want to talk about in this second half. I think he was absolutely brilliant. Probably my man of the match overall, De Jong. Probably him or Araujo, you got to say, I would give man of the match to. But I thought De Jong just took the game by the scruff of the neck in the second half and was absolutely brilliant. He powered through opponents. He was giving the ball left, he was giving the ball right, he was winning the ball back in our penalty area. He was a big threat down the other penalty area. He himself actually hit the bar from a really clever effort that just went over Aguirre Zabala, but it hit the crossbar. We couldn't score the rebound from Griezmann. But as I say, the tide was turning and Barcelona did get the equalising goal. Almost out of nothing the way the goal came. Athletic at this point were playing with 10 almost. Mornain was hobbling around. He soon had to go off for Nico Williams, who did cause us issues later on. But it's Busquets who wins the ball back, and actually it just eventually creeps through here. And Sergio Roberto, this is what I say, does really well. He gets to the ball first, and then the ball over to Depay is really, really good. It's on his left foot, he palms it over there, and from this angle, Depay's got a lot to do. He charges towards the goal. It's not a great angle, but on the volley here, he scores an absolute screamer out of nothing for Barcelona. Silence in the stadium, near post of the goalkeeper's goal, and Depay gets an absolutely huge goal for Barcelona. I think when you look at the complexion of the way the game went, that point is big. I think that is a big point for Barcelona overall. Look, the performance is not something to be proud of. It's not something we could even build upon, really. It wasn't good at all. But the point there, San Mamés, you know, we've had it countless times over the years. We know it's tricky. We know we can lose here. We know we can draw here. It does happen. And I think the way the game went would have to take that point. Depay himself actually had the chance to win the game also later on. I think Barcelona, after about the 70th minute mark, started to get control of the game, as I say, and we were starting to dominate proceedings. Depay had a great chance on his left foot. This time, he doesn't catch it nowhere near as sweetly as he did for the first goal. So, big chance missed for Depay there, I felt. Again, it was De Jong who played him in. But for Barcelona overall, it ends 1-1. It certainly could have been an Athletic late winner, 92nd minute. Nico Williams wins the ball back from Eric Garcia. He's clean through on goal, and I'm just thinking, red. Get the red card, Eric, and thankfully that's what Eric does. Eventually, he slides him last minute. Eric was actually already on a booking, but Monuera sends him straight off. Inigo Martinez hit the free kick into the wall, thankfully, so no late drama. But overall, guys, what can we say about that game? I think, look, if you're looking here for an analysis of it, in my opinion, it wasn't good enough from Barcelona. It was actually worrying in terms of, the fact that we've now got more questions than answers. Overall, I think a lot of those players underperformed. I think from Ronald Koeman, I don't know really what's going on in the tactical side of our game. We've seen that we have no real identity, vision, structure, tactical nuance in the game. So I'm just not really, I don't leave the game pleased at all. I leave the game pleased because it's a point. And I think that point, guys, is not bad at all. If you talk about Barcelona trying to go on to win the league, I think it's a valuable point. I really do. I think if we can build upon that, if we beat Getafe next weekend, get 7 points out of these first 3 really hard games, we've got to say, that's very good. We can build upon that. We've got harder games coming up that we know we'll have to win. So singularly, guys, the point isn't bad, but I think the performance is really worrying. It just wasn't good at all, guys. It was messy. It was poor at the back. We looked sloppy. We looked tired. We got ran over. We looked like we had no ideas with the ball at times. And I think, look at our performance as a whole. It was really bad. I think that's what I'll end it with. It wasn't a good performance. We did go into the game in the second half. But I want to hear your thoughts. I'm going to wrap it up there. This was quite a long review. I actually had quite a lot to say about that performance. So I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say too. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. I'll see you soon. Certainly, some big weeks coming out for Barcelona. The transfer window is closing in about a week's time. So let's see if Barcelona can wrap up some sales. To be honest, I think we could do with some signings, but we know that is not going to happen. So yeah, let's see what happens, guys. Overall, valuable point for Barca. I'll see you guys soon, and goodbye.